Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation of Task 3. Within this task we had to write an overview regarding laws and regulations that govern the labour market, both at a national as well as at a general European level, and identify labour market authorities/actors responsible for unemployment services and/or vocational rehabilitation. First, I will tell you something about the laws and regulations from my own country, the Netherlands. In the Netherlands we have three main laws and regulations concerning the labour market. These are the WSW and the WW. The is the law about work and income to labour capacity. This law regulates a benefit for the period after the legal remuneration by term of payment for 104 weeks. The applies to people who have become on or after 1st of January incapable to work. Those who were for that date already incapable to work continue to fall under the WO. The reason for this law was the large number of people that appealed to the WO. In the new law, work stands first. Employees and employers with financial pivots are stimulated to put everything on to help or keep partial labor arranged people to the work. The is financed from premiums for WO, which is levied as a component of the tax and national insurance contributions of the employer by UWV. The basic premium WO/year is a fixed percentage concerning premium remunerations. In 2009 this was 5.7%. The WSW is the Sheltered Employment Act, which regulates the disabled persons who by physical, intellectual or mental restrictions who are only able to perform work under adapted circumstances, can work on a regular spot that is adapted to their individual possibilities as possible. The WSW knows three main objectives. First, the realization of labor under adapted circumstances for the disabled who wish then suitable to work. Secondly, to preserve and possibly promote of the labor competence of the disabled. And third, possibly the realization of outflow of the disabled to a regular job. And finally the WW, which is the Unemployment Insurance Act. And it's an employee insurance scheme. In this is regulated that unemployed employees with sufficient employment history and available for labor, an unemployment benefit is guaranteed. The implementation occurs by the Implementation Institute, Employee Insurance Schemes, UV. The WW is financed with the premiums, which have been exclusively paid since 2009 by the employers. Those were the laws and regulations concerning the Netherlands. Now I will tell you something about the laws and regulations at an European level. At an European level, the EU is using a strategy known as the Lisbon Strategy, which promotes innovation within businesses and investment in people to create a knowledge-based society. The focus is on lifelong learning and promoting research and development. The strategy also seeks to attract more people into employment, keeping them in work longer as life expectancy rises, improving the adaptability of workers and enterprises, providing better education and skills, and adapting social protection systems to the challenges of innovation, globalization and mobility. So what does the EU? The EU has an advanced social welfare systems. They look for common standards for all covering minimum rules on working conditions, collective redundancy, part-time and temporary work, health and safety at work, maternity and parental leave, equal pay for equal work, and protection against sexual harassment. Across the EU, common legislation outlaws discrimination on the basis of gender, racial or ethnic origin, disability, sexual orientation, age, religion or belief. The EU has specific strategies for combating discrimination and xenophobia, and for promoting social inclusion. The European Social Fund is the main instrument for investing in people, spending 77 billion between 2007 and 2013. To improve access to employment, increase the adaptability of workers and enterprises, and develop institutional capacity in disadvantaged regions. The European Globalization Adjustment Fund has 500 million annually available to provide personalized support to workers made redundant as a result of global trade liberalization and increased competition. One of the Union's major achievements has been to ensure that the right of its citizens to live and work anywhere in the EU carries with it the entitlement to social benefits, including healthcare. When it comes to equality between men and women, the EU has also done its part. On 3 September the European Parliament adopted a resolution on equality between women and men, stressing the importance of combating violence against women. Parliament also regretted the lack of real progress in the implementation of the principle of equal pay for men and women. On 18 November it adopted a resolution with recommendations to the Commission on the application of the principle of equal pay for men and women. Parliament calls on the Commission to submit, before the end of 2009, a legislative proposal for a revision of the existing legislation in this field. On 26 November the Commission adopted a mid-term progress report on the roadmap for equality between women and men, showing how the action taken since March 2006 has helped to achieve the roadmap objectives, and outlining the action to be taken by 2010. The last point that we had to work out was to identify the labour market authorities responsible for unemployment services and/or vocational rehabilitation. In the Netherlands these authorities are the Youth and the Ministry of Social Affairs and Employment. IWF stands for Implementation Institute Employee Insurance Schemes. IWF is an independent governing body and carries out for the Ministry of Social Affairs the employee insurance schemes, such as WW, IA, WEJONG, WO, WAZO and Sickness Benefits Act. Their task is to ensure that as many people remain at work, or as soon as possible find paid labor. For this, they offer a tailored treatment. If people nevertheless must appeal to a benefit, they rapidly care for a correct benefit. The Ministry of Social Affairs and Employment is a Dutch ministry, established in The Hague. This ministry has responsibility for the following tasks: employment and labour market, social security, labour relations, working conditions, and incomes. This was my presentation of Task 3. I hope that you could follow it. And if you have any questions, you can ask Laura. Thank you for your attention. Bye now.